Hi, my name is Rick Schnabel, and I'm here to speak to coaches and wannabe coaches. Now, back in 2004, I started as a coach, and within my first year, I built a six-figure business. And as a result of that, a lot of coaches came to me to find out, how did I go out and learn how to be a coach and then all of a sudden start becoming quite well known as a coach within a very short space of time. And what I want to share with you is what I did to become a very successful coach. I now coach around 50 clients a year. And I started coaching in 2004. And in 2006, I started teaching life coaches. The reason I started teaching life coaches is because I realized how much I care about the coaching industry and what it actually does for our community. Anyone who has a coach will know the effectiveness of having a coach to help you to be able to get beyond the minefield that life typically throws up at us, and equally about helping us to be our best version of ourselves. Many of our students in our life coaching program will often say, I wish I'd learned this so many years ago, because I bring the best of me into my families, into my friendships, into my work environments, and among many, many other people. But there are two things that really get coaches stuck. And that's the thing that I really want to share with you today. These two things will stop a coach from allowing themselves to actually grow in their communities. These two things are very simple. I'm sure you get one of them. One of them is fear. One of them is a fear that really stops people from putting themselves out there as a coach and simply saying, hey, I'm out here. I'm a coach. I'm willing to help you. Now, that's a very obvious one. And the best thing that I could suggest that you do is get a coach to coach the fear out of you. And that's going to be one of the best investments that you could ever make, and it'll get you out productive and getting clients. The second thing is not so obvious. The second thing is pride. Now, what pride actually looks like, it actually looks like perfectionism. I've seen so many coaches get wound up in this. What happens is they try to perfect their website. They try to perfect their pitch. They try to perfect how they're presenting themselves out there in the world. And it's kind of like a very intellectual way that shows up, which is fear. Again, it's the same thing. It's fear, but it's fear intellectualized. So here is one thing that I really suggest that you do, is just put yourself out there. Put out what the way I frame it to our students is, do your worst work straight off the bat. Just do the worst work. Just get yourself out there. And the truth is that you will get better and better and better as time goes. I mean, my first business card looked like a mess. My very first book, the very first manuscript that I wrote needed a bit of work from my publisher to really make it a great book. But it didn't stop me from putting myself out there. This video right now, I could have sat there, I could have scripted it, I could have aimed to perfect what I'm about to share with you, but instead I just hit the record button and I knew what I wanted to share with you. I mean, my heart at the end of the day is about helping coaches to get themselves out there in the world, because that's when the world gets better. So here's a fundamental understanding. One of the things that I realized as a coach, if I was going to get myself out there, the best thing that I could do was put myself front and center in front of as many people as possible. Of course, I had to learn public speaking and become a good speaker. And I had to have the courage to actually step out onto the platform, onto a stage. Now, I'm an introvert by nature. Jumping out onto a stage would not be the very first thing that I would want to do. But success is quite often counterintuitive. You do the things that usually scare you the most. But here's a very important piece. If you want to be successful as a coach, the first thing that you've got to do is get over your fear and get over your fear of how other people think of you and see you. You have no control of that. You absolutely don't. I have no control of what you're thinking about me right now in this very moment. You can pop your comment down below if you like. But the thing is, the truth is, you've got to be able to put yourself out there. Now, if you're going to be worried about what other people think of you, that is going to be cancer to your coaching business. It is going to undermine everything you do because you're going to be so worried about how you're perceived that you're just going to probably get in the pride pattern and try to perfect and never, ever, ever get your website up and never, ever, ever get yourself on a stage and on a platform and out there. So don't worry about what other people think. And equally, if you're fearful, get a coach, get someone to help you to remove those patterns. And if you really want to get out there, check out some of our programs. We've got some amazing programs to help you to really build your life coaching skills using neuro-linguistic programming, public speaking as a vehicle, right up to trainer training. Now, if you truly are going to follow your heart, I want you to do one particular thing for me, if it's okay. Of course, you don't have to. This is just a video that you're watching right now. But I want you to be courageous for a moment. I want you to just close your eyes. Just close your eyes and just begin to get a sense of what is it that you see in your mind's eye that would be your ideal life. I mean, what are you doing every day as a coach, for example? What does that look like for you? Equally, where are you living? What car are you driving? If these things are important to you. Personally, for me, they're not, but for you, they may be. Equally, in the same context, who are you associating with? What does that look like? What are you wearing? What does your coaching actually look like? Are you doing it on Zoom? Are you doing it in a clinic, in a room? Where are you coaching? Just be brave enough for a moment to imagine your ideal life, whatever that might look like for you. And this is very important. At the beginning of your day and the end of your day are the two best times to visualize. Just as you're falling asleep, your brain moves into alpha. It means your brain is more susceptible to suggestion. In other words, you can put in whatever you really want in your mind. Now, when your mind begins to see a picture, essentially of the future that is compelling or desirable, what happens as a result is you actually start programming your mind to begin the strategic process of following that path. So do it last thing at night, first thing in the morning, and you'll find that will make a big difference. If you have fear, get a coach or do a program to get rid of the fear. But fear is something that you must make a friend with. We all get a bit scared. Every one of us gets to the point where we think, why aren't we doing this? Or why aren't we there? Or why aren't we over there doing that? And, that in essence is fear. So do everything you can to make friends with fear. Recognize that fear is going to be part of your journey for the rest of your successful life. Be okay with fear. Do what you can to be the best version of you. and allow yourself to no longer be a wannabe coach, but be an active coach, getting out there and helping people, because that is what it's all about. I hope this video has helped you in some way. I like to prepare lots of videos like this. And if you like our videos, please do like it and perhaps even subscribe. And we'll give you lots and lots of great little tips and little things that you can do that make a big, big difference in your life. My name is Rick Schnabel from Life Beyond Limits, and I'll see you in the next video.